Hi, I'm Brittany Noelle, and today I'm going to be telling you about my experience as a competitor on the show Ultimate Tag Fox. So Ultimate Tag is one of Fox's new shows that they just came out with for the summer, and it is already such a hit. So I will go ahead and explain to you more about the show, but before I get into that, if you're new to my page, I do a lot of fitness routines, exercises, I give out nutrition advice, and all sorts of things related to having a healthy lifestyle. So if you want to learn more about that, make sure that you subscribe to my page. Alright, so Ultimate Tag, basically what it is think of American Gladiator type of venue mixed with American Ninja Warrior. So us as competitors, we are trying to outrun a few taggers. These are professional taggers, they're in costume, they have, a whole facade to them, very much like how it was in American Gladiator. And the course itself is really difficult. There's a lot of obstacles, there's things that we need to jump over, and we need to have a lot of parkour type of skills in order to be successful and to avoid getting tagged. So yeah, that's pretty much the premise of it. And a lot of people have asked me a couple of questions about the show since the filming. My episode is coming up this Wednesday, so make sure that you set your calendar, that you don't miss me, because I will be on episode 6. It is premiering at 9 p.m. Pacific time, and so if you're not on Pacific time, do the math and figure out when you want to watch it. And if you don't have cable, you can go ahead and watch it on the Fox app. And I will leave details on how to do that at the bottom in the description. So one of the questions that people asked me were, how in the heck did you get involved with this show? Well, I remember, but let me tell you, I got kind of hoodwinked into it. I got a message from a friend that's a casting director, and he was just like, hey, you ran track, right? Like, you're super fast. And I was like, yeah, I'm super fast. Why? And he's like, well, you also lift, like, I know you're really strong, you're a trainer. And I was like, yes, checked all those boxes. And he said, well, there's a show coming out, we're looking for a few people to audition and to apply for the show. Do you think you'd be interested? There's an opportunity for you to win a prize cash, and basically you just have to be good at tag, good at running. And I was like, sure, no problem, great at that. But yeah, I had no idea that it was going to be Ultimate Tag, that I was going to be chased by people in costume, and that it was going to feel like I was on the Hunger Games. But you live and you learn. So that is how that happened. Let me tell you that from the outside looking in, these courses might seem simple or easy, but they are not. Basically, there are obstacles that are about 5 feet high. All of the things that you have to jump over are at least 5 feet high. There are some gaps, some jumps that are about like 6 feet. And you need to have skills in knowing how to get over those obstacles safely. So even if you're fast, like I'm super fast, it doesn't really help you because the obstacles are about 15 feet apart. So you don't ever get the opportunity to get up fully to your speed. So you really have to be able to control your speed and mostly use it as an advantage to getting you up and over these obstacles. And the majority of us, as far as competitors go, we weren't professional parkour athletes. There are a few competitors that are parkour athletes, but the majority of us are just everyday people. A lot of us were former athletes, football, track and field. There are a couple moms on the show. There are a couple of just power lifters. So, we all just kind of came in at the same unfair advantage. We had no idea what the courses were going to be like or what the show was even going to be like until it was time to film. Basically, 2 weeks before the show, we were given an opportunity to train at a parkour facility and just learn the basics, like how to fall, how to jump over things, how to land safely, all of those stuff. But we only had 2 hours there, and then it was just, a free-for-all because they wanted us to all be on an equal playing field. So when it came time to actually competing in the competition, none of us knew what the courses are. We all only saw the courses and the games the day that the game was going to be played. And then we had a couple of minutes to just look at it, do a quick walkthrough before we were actually in the game. So, looking at it, you might think that we had a lot of time to prepare, that we knew what we were doing. We had no idea. And for me, that was really, really stressful because I am not an adventurous person. I'm a very safe person. As someone that does a lot of injury prevention work, I am always looking to not put myself in situations that could get me injured. So the whole time I was just thinking about, landing softly and executing things correctly and being very technical in everything that I was doing. So yeah, I was mostly terrified the entire time that I was gonna fall off of something or run into something, but luckily while the games were happening, my adrenaline kicked in and I was able to just kind of go there and do it. The most terrifying thing that I had to do for the show is, if you've watched it, there's a game called Dome Tag, and it's basically played in this dome. It's a circular dome that is 30 feet above the air. That might not sound far, or maybe it does sound far to you. I don't know, it sounds far to me, but you're just suspended in this thing that basically looks like half of a hamster wheel. That's how I described it. And you can either crawl around on the bottom floor or on the top floor. There's holes that you can fall through. You can fall from the top level to the second level, and you can fall from the second level 30 feet to the ground. We have no harnesses. All we have is a helmet. Before doing the actual competition, we all had to go up in the dome and actually free fall 30 feet to make sure that we were able to do it safely, which was terrifying. Like, I don't like heights, I don't like drops, I don't even do roller coasters. So for someone to be like, you need to go up into that dome and just fall to your death and ball up, that's what we were told, ball up, and you should be safe. I looked at the guy when he told me that. I was like, should be? What happens if I'm not? And he was like, next, just go up there and fall. So yeah, that was fun and terrifying. So that is Dome Tag. You will see in the show if I'm actually in the game and how well I do for Dome Tag. There are 4 different games that they play in Ultimate Tag. So there is Chase Tag, there is Dodge Tag, Dome Tag, and Revenge Tag. And then the final one is just to get to the summit as fast as possible and to outperform your competitor to win $10,000. So of the 4 main games, the one that I thought that was the hardest was by far Dodge Tag. And the reason why Dodge Tag was super difficult is because it is just non-stop running. I can't on top of my head remember how much time it was. It was either 2 or 3 minutes, which anyone who's a sprinter or who runs all out knows that 2 minutes is an eternity. That is, you know, in track and field language, about an 800 meters, 2 laps. So to sprint that all out is absurd. So basically for 2 minutes, we are going non-stop. We're trying to get from the starting line across a huge obstacle course and score a point on the other end. And there are taggers that are stopping us, and if they grab our flag in the middle of trying to get to the end of the obstacle course, then we have to start back over. So you're basically running back and forth on this course trying to score and, you know, trying to dodge the taggers. And so it is super, super tiring. You're fighting for your life because there's an elimination round right after it. So you're trying your best to just jump over obstacles, again, as safe as possible, as fast as possible, and not get tagged by 2 taggers. You have no idea what 2 taggers you're going up against. You have no idea really what the other competitors are doing because you can see them, but you're so focused on yourself and the taggers, it is very, very difficult to maneuver. And there's like a trampoline that you can jump on and jump over things to get and score your points. So that's pretty fun at times. But yeah, there's like gaps, there's hurdles you have to jump over. It is crazy bonkers. It was a ton of fun to play, but I just remember being exhausted after, and just like you felt like a little character in Mario because you kept hearing like green score, blue score, red score, and it was crazy. Yeah, so that was definitely the hardest game. More about the taggers. So the taggers are not all professional parkour athletes. Some of them are definitely just strong. Some of them are bodybuilders or just really strong people that are into lifting. And then you have the other half, the taggers, that again are very agile. They are like professional parkour athletes. So some people have asked me, what makes a professional tagger? Really, the ones that are pro tagger are pro parkour athletes. So they spend a lot of time just mastering the art of free running and being able to utilize the environment to their advantage to run freely, jump over things, avoid obstacles, all of that stuff. So it's really, really cool. They're really, really talented athletes. And the ones that are not parkour athletes, again, they're just very talented individuals in either strength training or acrobatics, or they're stunt people, things like that. So that's how they got to be the professional taggers. But anyways, so yeah, that is just a little bit about my experience on the show. If you'd like to know more about how I trained for the show and my overall training style, please check out my Instagram. You can also, again, come back to this page for more fitness videos. You can find me on TikTok as well. I do a lot of my workouts there. I will put all of those links in the description below. Also, I am an online personal trainer, so if you're interested in learning more about those programs, you can visit my website, which is www.bnoellfitness.com. And again, that information will be below as well. So thank you for tuning in. Again, my episode is going going to be premiering Wednesday, June 24th of 2020. It is episode 6, so if you're watching it on replay on Hulu or Fox, just tune into episode 6. You'll find me there. And again, my name is Brittany Noelle, and thank you for tuning in.